Hello, happy Monday. Today's topic is, should you diet through the holidays? Inside of today's video, I'm going to give 3 tips on navigating the holidays and to answer the question of should you diet through the holidays. And I'm going to be straight up with you. I'm going to be honest with you. You can go ahead and click off of this video if you don't like my answer, but my answer for you is no, and I'm going to explain to you the reasons why while also providing you with 3 tips to sort of navigate your way through the holidays this season. Number 1, have you ever been super obsessive, maybe super dialed in to the point of bringing a food scale to a holiday party or a social get-together, and you're just stressing out and having food anxiety and feeling so much guilt about, first of all, just not being able to be present in the moment, but second, also just the anxiety that comes around food, right? So here's the deal. Progress is not made in one day. We all know this. It's very obvious and clear to see. All of the progress you made is not going to be ruined just inside of one day either. Tip number 1 is to focus on creating more memories this holiday season over being obsessive about macros. Now, of course, it's a holiday, right? Not a holiday. We want to still have some type of strategy or put some kind of container around what we are allowing ourselves to indulge in, but we shouldn't be so focused on the progress we're going to lose in one day that we can't remain present in our social gatherings this holiday season. So tip number 2 on navigating the holidays, and this is something that we share with all of our clients inside of the Lady Power Moves project, is basically you should be able to get away with a day or a couple of days throughout the holidays without tracking everything specifically. And that should be totally okay. We would just encourage you, as for tip number 2, to go in with some type of strategy around your day. If you know you're going to be going to some get together in the evening, maybe you sort of prime your day with having very high protein breakfast and lunch and just consuming those with vegetables, and kind of saving the more indulgent, like higher carb, higher fat foods for whatever get together you do plan on attending, so that way you're still enjoying, but you're not like overindulging and binging by then. Oftentimes people will do the approach of just, okay, well, I'm not going to eat all day and then I'm just going to eat whatever I feel like. Your body's not going to respond well to that, as opposed to you're doing your metabolism a disservice by not eating all day and then gorging yourself in the evening. So let's offset that by just simply having some strategy at breakfast and lunch like we talked about, and then saving some of those more indulgent foods for dinner time. This actually helps the women in our program stay way more consistent, because now they feel like they actually have some type of allowance around the things that they really like, what we refer to as their non-negotiables, and we work these things into their plan so that it's actually not going off plan by even inserting that meal, that untracked meal, into their nutritional strategy. This obviously helps a ton with just not going off the rails at the end of the day either, if you were to save all of your calories just for dinner, right? Really quickly, before we move on to tip number 3 and navigating the holidays this season, if you liked what we had to say about tip number 1, tip number 2, we're actually doing a full live training on this specific topic inside of Nutrition Secrets for Women, and I'll link that group below in the description. It literally costs you nothing. It's absolutely free. If you found tip number 1 and 2 valuable, you're going to find way more value inside of that live training with us. So I'll link that below. Go ahead and get yourself added, and then stay tuned. We'll be providing more information later today on how to join us at 6 p.m. Eastern, covering the same topic of how to navigate the holiday season this year. Tip number 3 is what we're going to spend a lot of time deep diving in tonight's live training. We don't want to get all sciencey on you, but basically it's actually okay at times to be consuming more calories. So we've been so conditioned to achieve the dream body or the body of our desires that we have to be eating very, very low calories, restrictive dietary protocols, etc., etc. We're going to teach you how backwards that actually is to creating long-term sustainable success relative to your ideal body. So here's the thing, most women go through this season and they undereat, or they sort of like binge at night, right? This actually sets them up for failure, because then come spring and summer, they're trying all these different diets that worked before, and they begin to see just a little bit of progress just to hit that hard, fast plateau. Sound familiar? When we repeatedly over and over consume very low calories, what happens is our metabolism and our hormones start to downregulate, which essentially just means everything starts to slow down, making it very, very hard to see any change that you're desiring to see through the actions that you're taking inside of your nutrition to achieve the body that you desire. And this is what we're going to uncover inside of tonight's training at 6 p.m. Click the link in the description to join us. We're going to help you uncover what you should be doing and how this actually sets you up for long-term sustainable success. As always, if you liked this video and appreciated the tips that we dropped today, we would love it if you would like and subscribe, and of course share with anybody that you think might benefit from this information as well. We'll see you next week.